Okay, here's another tip and trick to get you geared up for summer and to improve your casting 1,000%, and it's super cheap. One of the things we know about casting is the rod does most of the work. I mean, I see people working real hard to cast, and and casting you should hardly even see your rod move. It should just barely move. It's the action of the rod. That's why you pay so much money for this rod. So what you're doing in essence is you're slowly moving the rod forward. The tip of the rod is bending back, and then there's an abrupt stop, and then it's the power of the rod that flings the line. Okay, it's not this part that's flinging, it's basically your stop that's flinging the line. And it's a very difficult thing for particularly new fishers to do, but even older fishers, they just go, I just can't get past a certain amount, and they keep trying harder and harder and harder to cast. So here's a very, very easy tool to use. I should probably charge thousands of dollars for it, but it'll cost you about $2-3. Basically, everybody has a paintbrush somewhere. There's a little bit of Tupperware or something, and water. Okay, hopefully you can find water. And what we're going to do is we're going to practice a couple things, and this will show you what you're doing wrong in your cast. One of the first things that happens in a cast that's bad, first dip your brush in the water. This, by the way, is a 1.5 inch graphite handled nickel silver plate. Okay, never mind. So it's just a paintbrush. Okay, in fact, it's a dirty paintbrush. So one of the first things that happens is people feel like they have to just really hammer it. So if you start real fast out here, you'll see that there's a spray of water running all the way from back there to back here. Our goal is to take that water that's on the end of that brush and to send it in as tight a pattern as we can forward in a nice straight line. So one of the things you don't want to do is you don't want to lose it back here. You don't want to lose the water when you're starting. If you start so fast, you're going to get a spray of water like that. So you want to have a gradual start to an abrupt stop. A gradual start to abrupt stop. So let's take a look. Let's use a garage door as our example here. I'll point you a little bit more towards that door. So here we have a garage door. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cast correctly. So if I've got my rod here, I'm going to go forward and do that. So I have most of the water's here with a little bit of dripping over there. Okay, this isn't exactly the most perfect thing. If you're a poor caster, you're going to do a big long thing, and you see there's this big line of water that runs all the way along that thing. If you start too soon, there's something called tailing loops, and there's hardly any water there. Okay, all the water went up in the air and all over the place, maybe even on the camera. So a good practice for you is to load your brush, bring it back here, and then try to get the spread of water as narrow as possible. Your neighbors will think you're crazy. I tried this with milk earlier, and my wife said no to that. And see if you can get that shot as tight as you can. If you find that you're making a long shot like that, that's what's going to kill your cast, because basically what you're doing is you're not stopping and your line is driving straight down. And this is the same thing that happens when you're casting. You want to load your line and just give it that sharp cast. And see, and my pattern is falling in this area here. Okay, so with a cheap brush, paintbrush, a little bucket of water, okay, a lack of embarrassment from the neighbors, you can practice your casting. You do this about 1,000 times, and all of a sudden your hand will learn to stop, and that's the number one rule. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. You can buy lots of tools, you can buy lots of casts, but it's always a matter of practicing. So remember, when you have your rod, you know, you're at your 45-degree angle and you cast, it's the sharpness of your cast. It doesn't matter what kind of rod you have. You can buy a $100 rod or a $1,000 rod. If you don't have that stop, your cast will be going all over the place. Okay, so slow start, accelerate to a fast stop, and eventually your cast will get much better. So that's my $3 solution to casting problems.